The same questions over and over. How should I train at home if I don't have much space? What should I train? If I don't have much space, there is not much to train. Can you help? Yes, I think I can help. How are you doing, guys? Hope you're doing great. MiNHOQuiNHO here as always. I hope you're great and I hope you keep training, but what if not? What if you cannot train because you think you don't have space or maybe you don't know what to train or how to train at home? Let's talk about that. We need to get something straight before we begin. Don't get frustrated. This is my opinion. It's probably true though. If you say I don't have space, don't have ideas to training at home, I don't know how to train at home, it probably means that you're not lacking of ideas or space, you lack motivation. In my opinion, there is a huge chance that you actually have an excuse in your head, something along the lines, if I had more space, I would have more ideas, or I would train harder, or I would train like crazy. And this is more important than I can really express. Seriously, if your mind is set, that's why it's called mindset, on thinking that you're lacking of space, then even if I gave you the best training routine, you wouldn't stick to it because, as we say, you would get bored. Okay, let's say you dealt with the problem of motivation, you're hungry to train. You're now convinced that the space is not such a big problem because you have hall, you can move furniture, and so on and so on. What to train? Just think about it or make a list of things that can be trained statically. I'm gonna give you a few examples. Handstand, bridges, headstand, any kind of balancing, kicks, getting stronger, getting more flexible. I can go on and on. Just pick things that you're not good at. Okay, you say, I'm very good at everything. Well, then you make a list of everything you know and you try to master those things. You say, I don't know pretty much anything, or I'm bad at everything. Okay, you make a list of everything and then you try to get those things to the good level. Since I haven't been training today, I'm gonna give you a little demonstration. I don't have anything on my mind, I don't know what to train. I'm gonna pick something just randomly and I'm gonna try to build a training on that. Let's pick maybe balancing, elbow balancing, queda de rins, stuff like this. Okay, next step, warm up. But warm up like this, stretching here, stretching there, cracking the head, cracking the finger. This is not good enough. You're not creating energy. And without energy, you don't have motivation, because motivation is energy. So I'm gonna set the timer, 10 minutes, and I'm gonna sweat. I'm not gonna do zero stops, just gonna 10 minutes, exercises. And there you go. This is 10 minutes, a bit of cardio, a bit of conditioning, a bit of stretching done, and I feel quite warm, and you can probably hear me as well. What next? The training starts. Usually the way I start my trainings is with doing technique, so doing things slowly, trying to understand movement and doing movement well. Let's go. If in doubt, always do 2, maybe 3 sets of an exercise. That's it. You might say that training technique is boring, and I agree, it is. But it is necessary to progress further and to do the next step, which is having some fun and maybe mixing techniques. What would be even more fun? Maybe let's apply what we've practiced. Maybe let's try to use it within a context. Maybe you would want to connect what you trained today with something you already know. Another idea, it gets less and less boring. I almost forgot about very important thing, water. If you get dehydrated, you don't have energy, and if you don't have energy, what? You don't have motivation. So last thing before we finish, I already feel trained. I put the timer on 25 minutes without warm-up, but let's say I want to apply what I've learned today, let's say elbow balancing, and I want to learn something new, something I don't know. And there is a movement, actually, it's called reloju, spinning on the elbow. I've never practiced, I never trained it, so I'm gonna try, why not? As you can see, this is not going really good, and this is purely because I don't know the movement, I've never trained it. So what I'm gonna do, I will probably go to Google, I'll go to YouTube, maybe I'll ask my teacher how to do the movement, and then I practice, and that's all it is. I understand this might sound very obvious, very easy when I say and show you all those things, but in practice it might be very difficult because you might have limited knowledge. Maybe you haven't trained before at all, or you want to start, but you have many options. You can go to Google, YouTube. Even if you've never trained before, you can start doing conditioning, stretching, just start moving your body. You can take online classes. I myself been teaching online classes for almost entire year, and I don't have 100 students, but those students who decided they're gonna train and they stick to the schedule and they were showing up on the class for entire year, I cannot express how much they improved. Some of them are training in the kitchen, very small rooms, but there is no excuse. They just show up and they do it because it's more important than space. They're hungry for improvement. And that's it, guys. There is nothing else to add. I hope you found this video useful. I hope I helped you to find the space. in your house, flat, wherever you stay at the moment. And I hope you understood that the space is not a problem. The motivation is a problem. And I hope that you understood that motivation is energy and hunger. Anyway guys, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below or contact me through social media. Please share this video with your friends, with anyone who might be interested in looking for space to train. And I'll see you in the next episode. Keep training and don't look for space because it's there. Of course, don't forget to stretch. That's very important.